Hi everyone, welcome to Straight from the Divine Tarot. We're Sunday, October 5th, 2025, and I'm here to do a general collective reading. It's a timeless read. It's for whenever you come across this reading. I don't use the signs, I don't use the genders because it's all energy anyways. So you're free to switch the genders and the roles as you need to throughout the read. Please use your higher wisdom and discernment when you're listening to general collective reads, okay? They're not a personalized reading. There's thousands of people here with thousands of different energies and storylines. So just bear that in mind, please. Use your higher wisdom and discernment, please. Thank you for being here. I love you. I thank you. I'm truly grateful to each and every one of you. Let's see where Spirit's going to take us this time. Hopefully you're having a nice day. Spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, the highest white light. What's the message for the collective at this hour? What would you like to discuss with the collective, please? What is the message? Thank you. Why in reverse? 31. That's a 4. So something to do with somebody in their pride and ego, very arrogant. They're a bully, male or female, very distorted. No authority, got their authority taken away or abused their authority. Somebody that in their ego. It could be a bad father, boss, or leader. Somebody bending to public pressure. You know, they have an image to uphold. See which way it goes. That's the overarching energy. Bottom of the deck is the underlying energy. Land of milk and honey. So something failed in somebody's life. They wanted to control. They wanted something you have. You're going towards the land of milk and honey here. 51-6. Could be a third-party situation, a contract or a decision that's been rendered. There's something that was promised to you since before you were born, I heard. Could be a contract. Somebody broke a contract. You don't need to ask why somebody did this. Maybe you went to a third party or they did something against you. You've ascended. You made the right decisions. You don't need to ask why. You already know why. I just heard. Chop wood. So this is a karmic situation. 6 in reverse, 42. It's a false contract, a one-sided deal. Their way, the highway, stacked against you. Whatever this was, it was a bad investment. I just heard, but it was bad decisions, and they have to reap the consequences to those bad decisions. This is a lesson, and it's not a blessing. If it is a third-party situation, they went to a karmic. Time for a nap. Well, they slept on you, and now they're not sleeping here. 24 again. That's 6 in reverse. Poor decisions. Again, some karma here. They didn't want to clean up their act. 21 in reverse. That's 3 in reverse. It's a doppelganger. Somebody that wanted to devalue you and disempower you and take your rights or your voice away, or somebody was doppelganging you. Somebody wanted power control over you. They were greedy and selfish and jealous and possessive and controlling. No more. You're not sacrificing anymore for this person or this situation. This could also be wanting power of attorney over you. Yeah, this is ruin. They wanted to ruin you for some reason, but you avoided the pitfalls, the catastrophes. 16 in reverse. So this is ruin. They ruined themselves. All that glitters isn't gold. They were greedy. Whoever this is. Now, they could be right now in the midst of trying to avoid this tower, but can't. A whole community is going down. Damn, they're scared. Could be a whole community coming after them because they got a whole community involved, and people have to take on. They're taking on some losses here. People to see in this photo, there's parrots. So somebody was repeating lies about you, looking down their noses at you. Could have something to do with a parent and child, somebody living in a hotel, you or somebody else, but something's taken off. They tried to intimidate you. I think they're the ones that are feeling intimidated. They have no integrity, loyalty, or honesty. They're scared. They lost control of you or the situation. And this was a crime. This was an injustice. They didn't go by the book here. Somebody was following a big-ass clown. They want you to forget, because elephants don't forget, but they want you to forget. Yeah, they don't have any belief in a higher power. That's what it is. Wow. It is what it is. Well, the higher powers turn their backs on this person. I don't know. Doesn't sound very good. Let's see what they've done. Okay. We'll get the nitty-gritty. Something to do with an old man. Somebody calls their mate an old man. I don't like doing that. The old lady, the old man. Something wrong with that. So we have Y in reverse, 31. Don't ask why. You already know why. It's a third party, or it's a contract, or a decision's been rendered. Unrequited love. So you already knew why this person was doing what they were doing. You'll be attending a get together soon. It's a younger woman, you or them. It's a missed opportunity. Their ex is involved, your ex or somebody else's ex. 888. So somebody's getting some karma. It's also something that they stood to gain some sort of abundance by doing this. I thought they would. Doors opening for them to walk through. Slam it shut on them, okay? Don't let the door hit them in the ass. Doors are opening for you. They want you to open the door to them. I don't think so. They could be a Sag, you could be a Sag, or something's going to happen in Sag season. A door's going to open for you. 777. It's a very karmic situation right now. This is so you and everyone else involved can learn lessons. It's a very spiritual number. You're very lucky, by the way. It's a spiritual awakening. What did I tell you? Speeding causes accidents, so be careful. Children are a factor. Yours or someone else's. Cancer, you could be a Cancer. Somebody else is a Cancer, or something happened during Cancer season. Stiff competition. 666. You could be dealing with the beast, and or this 666 is really a number that intimates balance. You need balance. Somebody needs to balance this out. This is only lust. These people have shared values. They're lustful. You know what I mean? At the right place at the right time. So they met at the right place at the right time. Enemies disguised as friends. A Scorpio, you or them, or something's going to happen in Scorpio season. They've not changed ever. They will not change ever. There's something to do with a phone call that will change everything. Sorry, it's all over the place. Only take what applies, okay? Only take what you're already aware of. The rest, let it go. Okay, it belongs to someone else. So why in reverse? Unrequited love. You can't force people to love you. And if they're dealing with any kind of narcissists, or, you know what I mean? I'm really picking up these are scammers. There's no love involved. You're not the same type of people here. A psychopath. There we go. Okay, abusive, conniving, unpredictable. And don't ask why. Okay, now you know why. Somebody's really dangerously... Yeah, you got, love affair. Or this is the third party that's a psychopath and try to take over your life. Take it for whatever it is. Dirty little secret sex fix and down low. So somebody was on the down low and they had a secret partner that's a psychopath. And you're being protected by them, from them, by Archangel Michael. Protection, prevented from harm, and divine intervention. Because this person will take it to the nth degree. They'll wear your skin, I just heard. Literally. Wow. Someone's feeling hopeless. They're stuck with this person. This is one of your exes or somebody you know, family member, love, whatever. Friend. Loss, depression, and maybe self-delete. Maybe they wanted you to do self-delete. Or maybe that's what they're going through. Okay, you wound up with somebody that you don't want to be with. It's unrequited love, but this is a psychopath. I'm not saying you, but your ex-partner if they're listening. And you lost the love of your life. It broke you guys up. They can't tell you the truth. They got something over them. Maybe you didn't know they were same sex, okay? It's nothing to be ashamed of. If you're feeling like you want to hurt yourself, please go get the appropriate help that you need. Every life is sacred. I want you to know that. You have value. You didn't lose everything, okay? This is a learning curve. Yes, it's a harsh lesson, but you can and you will overcome this, okay? A lot of tension. Stressed out, migraines, and worried. Yeah, apology here. They want to apologize for being arrogant, making rash decisions, and being insincere with you. And they're facing the consequences of their actions right now. Bad choices. They play games, mixed signals. They don't know how to get out of this. They're facing legalities. So somebody, the psychopath might have something over your ex, or this is a family member or a friend, or maybe even a partner at work. It could go that way too. Lawyers, court, and paperwork. Yeah, they were laughing at you, or they're laughing at this person here. Happiness, joy, and healing. These people are karmic. Third parties, haters, and lessons learned. There's an epiphany here. Self-reflection, answered questions, untapped talents. You blocked them for a reason. So, yeah. So this is a runner-chaser dynamic. Escape, denial, and excuses. They're blocked from escaping. Or these excuses aren't going to work. If it has anything to do with what I was picking up earlier, they need you for some reason. and you block them. You will not talk to them. You will not go back there. It could be some fake or false ID they need you for. There's some sort of fraud going on. And since they can't get to you, everything's blowing up. Yeah, you cut ties with them. Freedom, standing up and awaken. Antisocial. In your feelings, silent treatment, left out. Now they're in their feelings. Because you are a soulmate to this person. And you put some boundaries. Well, they shouldn't have played, right? They shouldn't have played around. That's what happens. I'm going to leave that out. Just for this read, sometimes we need Archangel Michael here as a reminder that we are safe and there's nothing they can do to harm us. It is what it is. Where are we going with why in reverse? Unrequited love and psychopath. Maybe they're asking themselves, why won't you answer the phone? Why won't you come back to them? They played too much, that's why. They're a psychopath and you know it. That could be it too. They need to get into your energy for some reason. You know that it's not love. You know that they used you, abused you, laughed at you, had love affairs with same-sex persons. Maybe you are same-sex, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, okay? I'm not here to judge you. Only God can judge you. At the end of the day, they were doing stuff they shouldn't have been doing, okay? Now they're, I don't know, whoever this is driven by their ego, by how people see them in public. Okay. And if you put that much stock into what people, they're backpedaling right now, into what people think of you, then you're being led by the nose by other people. You're not in control of your own life, okay? You can't make your own decisions. You have to base your decisions off of what other people think. Yeah, you're a coward. There you go. Surprise and epiphany. Surprise! They try to affect your credit here, good or bad. They're dope sick, going through withdrawals. So it kind of sounds like ID fraud or credit fraud. Annoyed and frustrated. Something to do with a contract. It's a fake contract, but I tell you. They're holding a grudge. They were gaslighting you, or they feel like they're being gaslit. It's something to do with a weapon here. Hygiene, spiritual hygiene, or physical hygiene. I'm picking up spiritual hygiene. Wow. Something to do with social media and or a platform. Coven and occult. So you're protected up the wazoo. Manipulation. So they used a coven and cult to manipulate you. Or they manipulated a coven or cult. Now the coven and cult is coming after them. You're always 10 steps ahead. People are taking on losses here. I just heard superficial. Somebody's very superficial. On the down low, they're hammering it home. These are con men and con women, or they confided in somebody that they shouldn't have, or they hate your confidence. This person's ignorant, or they said or did ignorant things to children or infants. Okay, maybe they claim that you were doing stuff to children or infants. Is all bullcrap. Message and communications here. Somebody's showing off. This can go on and on. Let's just leave it there. So they're backpedaling. I didn't say this. I didn't do that. No, 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 no. Meanwhile, they did. They wished the worst for you. And now they're trying to backpedal saying they didn't. You know the truth. I'm picking up that you know the truth. Maybe they thought you didn't know the truth. And they just kept going. And now they're realizing, oh shit, they knew the truth all along. Of course you did. Why? You don't have to ask why. You know why. 41 in reverse, or 31 in reverse. Unrequited love, psychopath, and backpedaling. They could have claimed you were the psychopath, sacrificing babies all over the place, and you never did anything like that. And they sick these covens and cults on you. I don't know, because they did something to you and they wanted you gone. That makes better sense. They could have stolen, defrauded you, and they wanted you gone before you realized the truth. Okay, that makes better sense. Thank you, Archangel Michael. We know the truth. Sometimes we act like we don't, but we do. Just bear with me. The cards will clarify everything. Where are we going with this, please, Spirit? Help me go. Let me know where we're going with this. Thank you. It was a large amount of money. Could be your family's involved, too. Long-term stability, long-term relations. Ending a cycle here. This is family, corporations, something to do with a key, a female Virgo involved. It's going to cost them. Could be an inheritance or a spiritual inheritance or something like that. Overarching energy. So as a speaker, it could be law and order. It could be a professional of any kind. It could be you. It could be someone else, male or female. Place the genders where it belongs. The overarching energy is speaking your truth, setting boundaries, and cutting them out. You're not mincing words. You're very astute. If this is you or somebody else, very astute, discerning, intelligent, wise, and intuitive. And you're not going to suffer fools gladly. You spoke your truth. I said what I said, I just heard. Yeah, about a family, about a relationship, a home, business, a wedding, a marriage. 4 of Wands, you're stable and secure. You have a lot of strength. There we go. Courage, resilience. You have integrity, loyalty, and honesty. Somebody wanted to dominate you. They were greedy and selfish. This is a family. Somebody in your family. They were holding back. They were greedy and selfish. They wanted power and control over you. But you're stable and secure. They're holding back. They're holding on for dear life. They're holding on to things that don't belong to them. Very sneaky, right? They're trying to protect themselves right now. Holding back. Somebody's in their emotions, holding back emotions, holding back love from you until you do what they want. You know, if you do what they want, then they love you. That's not love. It's a psychopath. You're stable and secure. This is self-love as well. You love yourself. You're very loved. New beginnings, emotional fulfillment, and happiness here. Your cup runneth over. They're in their emotions because they feel stuck or trapped, or they're trying to restrict you. They're in their head. This is self-imposed. Too many obstacles to overcome. The worst has happened. This is a nightmare. This is 8 of Swords in the upright, 9 of Swords in the reverse. You're not worried. They try to restrict you. You're not worried if that's what they're trying to do. They're stuck in their head. Why aren't you worried? Why? See, the why in reverse. Why aren't you worried? I've done this, that, and the other thing. Why aren't you worried? Somebody's going to be taking some action. You're still growing in life. You're still expanding in life. Why are you still growing and expanding? Why do you still keep getting new opportunities? They're doing their head in. 8 of Swords in the upright, 9 of Swords in reverse. You're still stable and secure. You know your value and your worth. You have integrity, loyalty, and honesty, hardworking. Your third eye's lit. Oh, yes, it is. You're stable and secure. You're abundant, hardworking, independent. You make it look easy even though it's not. Life is not easy, but you don't complain about it. You don't call everybody and their dog, telling everybody all your woes and expecting everybody to step in for you and take care of everything that's gone wrong in your life. You know your value and your worth, and people are seeing it too. Somebody took advantage of a situation or took advantage of you. They were very ungrateful and disrespectful. And they want you to accept this. The way they treated you. They're going to try to justify and rationalize their actions. They still think they have an opportunity with you. Yeah. They left you out in the cold, right? Going towards lack and loss, going towards poverty, on the outside looking in. Yeah, you blocked them. Sudden departure, sudden arrival. They could have left suddenly, or you did. Somebody doesn't know what to do. There's no contingency plans. It's a backfire. Bad news, no communication. You maybe don't want to speak to this person or these people ever again. I don't blame you. They tried to... I don't know, this is a backfire. This is bad news. They try to stop your forward motion with their lies. So you're not talking to these people. There's been no truth or clarity from them at all. You're not speaking to them. They lie. There's a bunch of liars. You let them go. You let them go. 9 of Wands in reverse. They wanted your guard to go down. Not going to happen. They're feeling kind of angry. Scared even that you've let them go. You're not coming back. They're getting let go. They have to let go. They have to give up. There's been no communication. They have to give up on trying. They're in their emotions right now. Somebody could be drinking. Someone was really malicious, ruthless, careless, and cruel towards you. Emotionally manipulative, emotionally unavailable, and immature, self-serving, and self-absorbed. Could be dangerous. Now they want to open up towards you. Yeah. Something to do with a third party. They want to reconcile with you. They want to open up emotionally towards you now. I don't think so. They want to reconcile with you. Are they going to open up and say that they had a third party? They're acting like they were single all the while. They can't get away from this person. They're looking at you to help them get away from this third party. Always partying. This is pleasure seekers. 3 of Cups in the upright. It's a friend, okay? One of their friends, male or female, same sex as them, they're sleeping with. There we go. This is conscious awareness. Somebody's taking some action. You have all the tools you need for success. Somebody's a hoe bag. Somebody's jealous of you. They're doing magic. This is a hoe bag sleeping around. Is abusive, a bully, always angry. You know, like doing magic. Bang, right there. This is mistresses or side dudes or whatever this is. Somebody that gives false counsel, doing magic, shit talking, ending a third-party situation, collaboration. So they were mad. They were jealous of you. That's why they left you. They were afraid that they were going to harm you. Yeah, this is a person that only wants money, stability, false contracts. This is an opportunist, okay? You're trying to steal your spiritual gifts or your money or something that's yours. This is a golden opportunity for Hobag. They spent a lot of money on spell work. Good for them. Secrets are not coming out, by the way. False contract. Somebody's finding out. They're on their own. You're on your own. There's an investigation of some sort. They're stuck. They tried to sacrifice you, or they claimed that you were sacrificing others. They're dripping out money here, leaking out money. They're feeling trapped and stuck in a situation. Time is of the essence. Something to do with glamour spells or mirror magic. The mask is off. They're waiting for something. They're trying to slow something down. There's a lot of illusions. Somebody's stuck. They've got multiple options. They made false promises they can't follow up on. They can't produce on their promises. There's a lot of lies and illusions, temptation, bribery, blackmail even. Somebody's being blackmailed. Yep. This is unequally yoked. 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody's going towards bankruptcy. They don't know what to do. They're looking at their options right now. Somebody breadcrumbed you, used and abused you. So somebody's getting blackmailed by this psychopath, your ex or somebody you're dealing with, to come after you, to defraud you. This is fraud and theft. This is not equally yoked. This is unbalanced. This is a crime, a warlock, divorce or separation, bad counsel, false contracts. They were plotting and planning this with your family, or this is a large amount of money. Something to do with you and your an inheritance or your family. So this is either your partner. I don't know if you're still with them, or this is the past. But now they're stuck with the psychopath. Yeah, it's a lot of conflict, competition, jealousy, strife, and drama, rivalry. They're all fighting amongst each other. Devil energy. Addictions, obsessions, codependency issues. They're bound to the devil, bound to something, a contract. Again, see, this fool is sitting on the hourglass. So time is of the essence, and the devil's pushing this, I feel. Okay, so if they were sacrificing or trying to sacrifice you, they can't get you to finish it off. There's the cups. They got everything here. The devil's got everything. Why isn't it working? Got everything planned out. We have everything, lined up. Why isn't this working? Well, because you're being protected. Okay? Devil energy. Yeah, they're stuck in their head. This is a betrayal. They feel betrayed. They know they betrayed you, or this group is feeling betrayed because they did the devil's work. It's a harsh and painful end. It's the ending of a cycle. The worst is over. They're being exposed, public humiliation. They're on the down low. They didn't want anybody to know. Get over yourself, okay? Get over your pride. Nowadays, it doesn't matter. You shouldn't feel ashamed of who you're attracted to. Do you understand what I'm saying? It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you weird. That's between you and God, okay? Judge not, lest you be judged. They're not getting away with this. This is, they can't move on. They can't escape something. They're in trouble. Somebody's in hot water. They're in a mess. 6-6, by the way, if this resonates with anybody. Yeah, there's a lot of lies, illusions, and deception. There's fear. Nothing is as it seemed. They hid a lot. They're in their emotions. They don't know what to do. There's confusion. They're indecisive here. They're not like a victim. They're not a victim. You're at peace. They're blocked. You've blocked them. You've been at peace ever since you blocked them, I hear. Okay. You're not dealing with them anymore. Yeah, you're at peace, all right. You're balanced. Congratulations. They want to reconcile with you. They're wondering if they'll ever get the chance to reconcile with you because they want to avoid a tower moment. You're being defended and protected by the angels, obviously. You transmute and alchemize. You could be an earth angel, but you're happy, healthy, wealthy. You're balanced. You're at peace. You're calm. Somebody's trying to upset the apple cart, I just heard, by bringing you these towers, but they didn't. These towers aren't for you. It's for them. They're trying to avoid these towers. You avoided all catastrophe. Yeah, you blocked them off. Blocked them all. This is ruin for them. They got an STD. They're not sexually attracted to whomever they're with, and they're afraid to tell them because it's a psychopath they're dealing with, right? Could have had an STD. They're sick. They're feeling ashamed of themselves. They don't want to tell anybody because they're ashamed of themselves. They feel like it's going to bring shame onto themselves. It's not wish fulfillment. They're losing hope. They're in their self. No, they have no spiritual protection. No faith, or losing faith in somebody. They could be sick with an STD. This is a poser, a player, a warlock. They took matters into their own hands out of ego, wanting power and control. They're a coward, though. They didn't do the right thing. They have no morals, ethics, or honor. They tossed that out the window, and now they bit off more than they can chew. And there's a parting of ways. They're grieving and they're regretting. They're crying over spilt milk. They're regretting ever talking shit about you. Three of Swords in reverse. They're regretting not fixing things with you. Yeah, they're regretting lying here, throwing rocks and hiding hands, being juvenile, wanting attention, outside validation. Wow, this is very juvenile. They felt entitled. Gold digger, cloud chaser right there. King of coins in reverse. Greedy, materialistic, selfish, jealous, lazy. Get rich quick schemes, a bully, money motivated. Wanting a life of luxury off other people's backs. Very unstable and insecure, greedy and selfish. Never wanting to be alone. Can't be alone. Can't mind their own business either. You are innocent, by the way. Somebody's watching you from afar. They're being investigated. Somebody's gathering some information and learning something. Somebody's very unstable right now. Codependent, clinging. This is a family. This is long-term stability or relations. This is an inheritance of some sort or large amount of money. They wanted to make you look unstable. It's coming to an end here. Ending a cycle to begin a new one. Learning lessons. You're very protected. This is victory. It could be moving and or traveling. You're innocent. Time is up. It could be a whole year. You're very innocent here. You're starting something new. Somebody's curious about you. They want to apologize for putting you in a third-party situation, knowing that you were a soulmate. But this is power and control. They'll say anything to have regain power and control over you. They're bearing false witness here, okay? They don't want you having a new beginning. They're just broke, just so you know. Okay, I knew there's something over. This is a family member. Okay, this is a family member. They didn't want you knowing that they were going... They had, I don't know. It's a family member. It could be of an age where they grew up in an age where it was not cool to have same sex. I don't know. They don't want you knowing about it. The mask is off, though. Now they want to apologize. Something to do with a child. Yeah, this is not wish fulfillment here. Sun in reverse. They know you don't trust them. They're not happy. They're sick. There's no healing. They didn't want to heal. They're not happy that somebody's watching them. They're under investigation. They're being surveilled. Or that's what they were doing. Underground. Illegal surveillance. Somebody's learned something, though. This is delayed communication from afar. Our Archangel Michael just walked in. Thank you, Archangel Michael. I love you. Thank you. He sends his love. Ooh, this was a scam. They're sending magic your way. This is something that was insincere, wearing a mask. They didn't want you having love, friendship, or any kind of support. The Empress. They don't want to pay for a pregnancy. Or you are the Empress energy, divine feminine energy, male or female. It looks like whoever you are, male or female, you might have had to raise your own child or children on your own. Because that's a swan with a gosling. Where's the other partner? Because they're monogamous. There's a whale with, I don't know what you call a baby whale. Cub? I can't remember. Anyways, all single. So you might have been a single parent. You had no choice. But you're very creative. You're down to earth. You're very loving. This is unconditional love. You're a philanthropist or a humanitarian. Through your pain, you create new life, whether it's children or artistry. You could be an artist of some sort. It's beautiful. Somebody got caught and they have to come clean. They're not getting away with this. Okay? People are seeing clearly. You saw clearly what was going on here. You're not afraid to make a decision. You made your choice. You're not in denial. There's no mental conflict here. There's no more stalemate. They wanted you out in the cold here. Left you out in the cold. Going towards lack and loss and poverty. And it was a crime what they did. They were living off of some sort of money that was yours. Credit that was yours. Okay? Yeah, they gave out false misleading information. Loss of children, unrequited love, place it where it belongs in your situation. Whatever this was non-reciprocal. You don't have good memories where you were, whether it's a family or a relationship, okay? And you're not taking on their burdens. You ended it. You're not obligated to these people. They don't want to be obligated. This is money. This is an opportunist, okay? Yeah, they lost their job. They're trying to make you lose your job. They want to get paid. It's a fall from grace. Somebody was putting on an act as if they were you. Said you were partying all the time. I don't know. Whatever they tried to do, it didn't work. It's a fall from grace. Somebody was very smug, full of themselves, selfish, and know-it-all, and a show-off. They were stealing from you, defrauding you, wanting you gone. Somebody wants you gone. The psychopath. You could be an ex. I don't know who you are. They didn't want to give you any money. You raised children on your own potentially because the psychopath didn't want to pay you any money for the child or children. That could be it too. They wanted to get even with you. Maybe you went to court and got custody, and that didn't sit well with psychopath here. Whatever this is, it's not wish fulfillment. They don't want you having wish fulfillment ever. They didn't want you working. They didn't want you having stability. They want you, whatever this is, yeah. They didn't want, this is somebody that's not willing to change. This is resisting change. They did something over and over again. It's getting old. I'm sure you're tired of it. And it's a permanent, profound ending for whomever this is. They can't unalive you, or you're not unalived. Maybe they went around saying you are unalived and somebody else is living under your ID or something. I don't know. Something really weird going on here. Or they tried to take you out. This is a father, boss or leader. This could be you or someone else. Masculine, divine masculine. This is a go-getter, somebody with authority and power stepping in. Head of the family or a group. They know that this person's a psychopath. Stepping in. This is somebody, whether you're related to them or not, somebody stepping in. Somebody's a lying sack of crap, okay? They're abusive. They're dangerous. They have no authority here. Whatever this is. It's a heartbreak here. They caused a lot of heartbreak. Reckless, careless, foolish. They took unnecessary risks. Trying to stop your forward motion. Thought you were naive or gullible. Yeah. You remained emotionally balanced, stable, mature, loving, kind, nurturing, and sweet, male or female. You used your intuition to get through. To get through whatever this is. This is the biggest cup of love. They didn't expect that. They didn't want to let go of you or let go of whatever didn't serve here. They didn't think that you foresaw this. They thought you were going to sit and wait for them, sit on a shelf. But you foresaw this. You had the advantage. You saw them coming after you. You knew what was going on. You could be doing divination. You stood your ground, whatever this is. You have a new beginning. This is a practical approach. This could be a child of yours as well. Protecting the child. That's the story from somebody that's abusive, a criminal. They're going to have to walk away here. They're facing the unknown. This is a warlock, a poser, a player. Bad investment. Didn't want to invest in you. They spent a lot of money. Misappropriation of funds. They can't go any further here. A third party, a decision, a contract. It's over. They're under divine judgment. This is awareness. They need to take accountability. You made the right choices here. Somebody's making a decision about this whole situation. Yeah, this is, they intercepted your money or your mail. They didn't pay you money, didn't want to. This is somebody that's unfaithful, can't come correct. Somebody's contemplating, strategizing, praying. They need to put something to rest here. They're dreaming about your relationship, a partnership with you. They know it's not going to go anywhere. They can't overcome something. They can't move forward while in this relationship. They can't overcome something that's not going to go anywhere. Can't move, don't want to move. Gotta let go. This is embarrassing and disgraceful. If they leave, they're going to be told on by the psychopath that they were juggling you. They're making a head of a heart decision here. You left somebody and you embarrassed them. You hurt their ego and their pride, even though they were juggling you with other people of the same sex. They still can't come forward. They still don't want to come forward. But the truth is going to come out one way or another, what they were doing behind the scenes, or what the psychopath was doing. I don't know if your ex was the psychopath, or if they're with a psychopath and they can't leave them and they want to leave them. I don't know. They're regretting getting with them. Let's take it for whatever this is, okay? Why? You already know why. This is somebody that's really distorted, out of wanting power and control, a bully, a tyrant, wanting to go towards the land of milk and honey here. This is a third-party situation. You use your higher wisdom, made the right choice here. Something to do with a contract as well. False promises. Somebody made promises they can't keep. But this person, the psychopath, is not going to forget. You promised me, you better deliver. You will be attending a get-together soon. This could be for you or someone else. It's unrequited love. They might want to try to get back into your good graces. Just remember what they've been doing behind the scenes. They put you in a love affair, a third-party situation, dirty little secret, sex fix down low with a psychopath, abusive, conniving, unpredictable. But you're being protected by Archangel Michael. I'm going to place him right here, okay? So now somebody's backpedaling. Surprise and epiphany. I think that the truth is coming out, or I think this person is being surprised by people just figuring it out. It's obvious what's taking place here. You're being protected. They're being outed. It is what it is. They wanted to play. There's no more playing. You're nobody's fool. We're not here to play for others to play games with us. We're here to live our lives, right? Especially if there's children involved. I don't know if there is or not. So only take what applies, please, okay? Where are we going with this? How are we ending this for the collective, please, Spirit? Thank you. The spiral dancer, circuitous route, perception. 5 is marriage or commitment. A higher power's involved. This is good counsel. This could be the divine stepping in himself. Protection, highly spiritually ranked. The winged wise ones, 34 in reverse. It's not going anywhere here. 7 in reverse. They don't want to take accountability. They can't overcome. Angelic help, miraculous aid. They don't have, maybe they're calling on Archangel Michael and that's who's protecting you. You know what I mean? The angels aren't protecting this person. The Hawk Prince, they don't have, this was an injustice, an imbalance, okay? Spirit communication and paying attention. They weren't paying attention. If they said they had spirit communication, it's not with the right side here. They're not getting downloads from the divine. The Chess Queen, 30. So somebody was trying to be you, impersonate you, wanting power and control over you, devaluing you, wanting you to sacrifice. There's lack of trust here, and they're strategizing, but it's not going to pan out for them, whoever this is. The Spiral Dancer. The Spiral Dancer moves with her own rhythm and steps to music only she can hear. She takes you on a path that is winding and circular. She assures you that what you're experiencing as a setback is really part of an upward spiral. Perception is everything. You're not retracing your steps or going backward, but rather around and up. She says that you can be comforted, knowing that your path is one of success, adventure, and experience. Follow her, for she dances along a magical way. If you're asking about a relationship, keep on dancing and magic will soon happen. Also, it's okay to allow someone else to take the lead at this time. Make sure to let others know that you're open. Always remember that relationships are mirrors and will show you the past, the present, and the potential future. All relationships have a destiny. Each is a sacred teacher with valuable lessons to share, even if it appears that the two of you are dancing in different directions. All the steps are perfect, even when you may seem to be stumbling. The spiral dancer is a reminder that destiny's true path is seldom straight. So you are ascending. Okay, you might be experiencing, one thing after another, what feels like the same situation, just different people. It's just to make sure that the lessons are implemented, that you have taken these lessons on, that they're not going to shake you anymore, that you're going to be bypassing these lessons onto, a higher frequency. They got to make sure that these lessons stick, right? And that's for everybody, me included. We go round and round the same bullshit time and time again. Why? Well, we have to make sure that we've learned our lessons. So the winged wise ones, okay, it's in reverse, but it's both ally and challenger. So always allies and never challengers. The winged wise ones represent the aid of all the angels. When you enter their realm, know that your sincere prayers will be answered according to the will of the divine. So that's why Archangel Michael's here. And that's why he came in during the read. And he's just making it known. He's here, and the other angels are here to help, okay? When you enter their realm, know that your sincere prayers will be answered according to the will of the divine. This also represents divine intervention and the potential of miracles to heal and transform as if by magic. Have faith, whatever your circumstances, heavenly beings are watching over you. The winged wise ones give you a glimpse of the future by offering messages whispered on the wind. These are translated within you as inspired thought, instantly unraveling the past and revealing the present. Be aware of the higher consciousness in you. We all have it, okay? We all have that potential. This is a good time to observe your thoughts through meditation. Who is observing those thoughts? That self is kin to the winged wise ones who have come to help you soar. I love these angels. They always come at the right time, I tell you. So Challenger, the Hawk Prince in reverse. The Hawk Prince challenges you to pay attention and listen to the warnings being sent your way. Are you pushing forward in spite of others' cautionings about the direction you're headed? Are you refusing to listen to your own inner voice? Is that you? Are you being cautioned and you're still moving forward, or still entertaining a psychopath or potential somebody that's attached to the psychopath? Just hold on, let's see what it says. Are you refusing to listen to your own inner voice? Red flags are waving in the breeze, and you're being cautioned or challenged to heed their message. When the Hawk Prince descends as your challenger, it's an indication that something isn't quite right. Don't worry, though. He always arrives just in time for you to let go of your old ideas and begin again. Spirit only wants the best for you. So you're being cautioned against something, okay? Somebody's playing games, and their games are not going to wash. They're not going to win these games they're playing. Get some more angels on this. Why not? Angels, how are we ending this for the collective, please? What's the final message for the collective at this hour? 8 of Swords. Could be jail, feeling stuck, trying to hold back or restrict an angel. This is the angels here, 14. You're balanced. They want to reconcile here. They're stuck in their head. This is self-imposed. God, protector, and savior. Okay? You're being protected. Truth and justice, protection from enemies who would steal one's fortune. So that's a great deal of money they were trying to steal or did steal. 3 of Cups with a third party here. 22, you're on path. Master builder number. The right hand of God. They tried to sacrifice children, or said you did? Wow. Fame and renown influences commerce, voyages, and great discoveries. They wanted fame and renown. Or maybe because of these lies, people got curious about you and started looking you up. And maybe out of this, you're going to get fame and renown. So Queen of Pentacles, you're stable and secure, male or female. You know your value and your worth, right? 55. So 55 is a number of change. This is profound change. So get ready for the unexpected. Mi Bahia, the eternal God. Intellectual lucidity provides consolation and compensation. So you will be consoled. They'll have to compensate you. 7 of Cups. This is a lot of lies, illusions, deception here, bribery, temptation, cover up of some sort. Time is up for these people. They promised all false promises they can't deliver on. So Asalia, 47. This is justice in the upright. God, the just judge. Contemplation makes the truth known in legal proceedings. Gathering some information, something to do with a payment or a younger person. This is unalive, or this is the end of something, or you are the phoenix rising. So God sung above all. loyalty and allegiance, friendship and reconciliation. 6 of Wands, this is victory, success, reward, recognition. 28, this is the Wheel of Fortune. This is change, divine timing. God who took evil. Longevity, protects against infirmities. And Ace of Cups, new beginnings, emotional balance, emotional support, emotional... somebody could be feeling emotional right now. Mithael, this is love, self-love, new love, true love. 54, they're finding out. They're getting found out. Somebody's going to find out they're on their own. God, the King of Heaven, rejuvenation, obtains the mercy of God and gives long life. You overcame, persevered, you put us some boundaries. God, the impenetrable secret. Hahasia. So you had, that's your secret weapon is God. Universal medicine, your elevation of the soul, and the revelation of mysteries. So it's not so much a mystery, is it? Somebody wanted to be crowned using your credit, your energy, your life, wanted to be you. Okay, so I'm getting, okay, so this psychopath that whoever was with, family member or your ex or your current, depending on where you are in this situation, storyline, they got together with somebody, somebody that's trans. Somebody wanted to take your life, wanted to be you, maybe went for plastic surgery. I got this a while ago, and it's popped up in my mind again. I'm not saying all trans, I'm not saying anything about trans or anybody that's gay, but this person's a psychopath, okay? And they wanted to take over your life, possibly because they were jealous of you. They wanted to land your partner or your family member or your friend or your work partner and get rid of you. They wanted to be you. You can't do that. If they're listening, you can't do that. You can, the only hope you have of making it in this world is by being yourself and being authentic. Trying to be somebody else, you're going to fall flat on your face sooner or later. It's going to be a horrid situation. It's going to be embarrassing and disgraceful. Obviously, whoever this was is going to be caught, possibly going to jail. I don't know what they did. They did all kinds of stuff that's just, and somebody's backpedaling now. I didn't do that. I didn't say that. Blah, 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 blah. Or they were trying to paint you as a psychopath, as a, I don't know. Whatever this is. It's coming to light. Congratulations. I hope you like the reading. Until next time. Take care.